let's just focus on this episode. This insanely dumb episode. So, Empire of Death. Okay, good title, though. Man, I wish it lived up to this title, right? Empire of Death. So, if you remember last week's cliffhanger, which was pretty good, if a bit stupid, was Susan Twist, is that her name? Turning all zombie-ish and reaching a hand out to Shooty, and Shooty like looks on with his mouth open in terror, not moving, right? Literally not moving in any way, shape, or form as she walks towards him slowly, right? There have been better cliffhangers. Honestly, the cliffhangers on Flux were all better, right? This was not a great cliffhanger. I was not elated to see Sutek. I certainly wasn't elated to see him as a like doggy thing with wings. I mean, that's just, I don't know, it was shit, right? The bottom line for Reinvention is it's got to be good, right? It's got to be good, and this was not, right? This was not good in any way, shape, or form. Fine. So Empire Death written by Rusty Davis. Mate, I would take your name off that if I was you. I wouldn't be so proud. So fine. So we as the title's finished, we have her reaching out. So yeah, you see, Mel saves him, right? He's just staring. And she pulls him away. You couldn't think about that yourself, right? No. So Mel saves him, and now Susan Twist says, and now I will give you Sutek's. No, there's not the Sands of Death, which is going to be a good effect, but the Sutek's Gift of Death is so much creepier, right? Like, why would they keep comparing this to Pyramids of Mars? Are you out your fucking mind? They would have done better doing a sequel to Delta and the Bannerman. Man, Dan would be in fucking heaven. He loves Delta and the Bannerman. Problem is that pub costs $9.25 million a year to run, and BB pays for that 25%. So obviously, it's not worth anything then, right? So why they do that if they're not worth anything? So then Mel, I thought it was Ace who always wanted to ride a bike, right? Then she was hired to ride a bike even though she couldn't. When was Mel supposed to ride a bike? Anyway, she was very happy to ride a bike. And again, she has all the agency in this scene, right? She drives this episode forward. Also, her acting is so much stronger than pretty much anybody else on the screen, right? So then somehow he's got some kind of radio in his helmet to call Kate, right? And they're and this is a really epically shit scene where they're like, everybody, oh god, no, we have to show you this. It's okay. We can't gloss over this, right? Okay, yeah, and now you got the 13-year-old kid has two machine guns in his little drivey thing. Segway. This unit is shit. Got it. Yasmin Finney doing literally nothing in the background, right? Lenny Rush clearly shooting the other unit personnel behind them because he doesn't know what he's doing. There you go. Like, what the fuck are you doing? This is not like Sergeant Benton facing the jail guards, right? This is just shit. And okay, let's all fire at Sutek. And then, let's see Lenny Rush go down because that was, oh no, I fucked up again. I know you have. So then she says, oh, Doctor, you come and kill this because we're all about to die,
Turn
right?
this monster back into hell. No! Because I have to hope. Birds will sing again.
There you go. Lenny Rush goes down. But here, where was Yasmin Finney? Just standing in the background, playing with a tablet as they're all firing, like, indiscriminately. Like, why was she there? Oh, I know why she's there. Because she's a chick with a dick. That is it. That's her sole qualification, which I understand in the 1970s unit she'll fit right in. The strange, the bizarre. Again, Mel gets all the agency and this is a great line.
There's nothing we can do except fight.
Hey, that should have been the Doctor's fucking line, right? And again, why are they portraying him as weak? A weak vassal, right? He's not. It's like how if he wasn't crying every week, it would be a big deal when he cries, but he's always crying. So it doesn't work. So then, okay, excellent action scene for about 30 seconds with Mel driving through London away from the dust cloud, which, okay. And then we have another Mrs. Flood thing saying, oh, I had such incredible plans. Tell your God, are you religious? Tell your God that I am coming, or some bullshit, I can't remember. He said, oh, I had such incredible plans. And then they both died together, I think, as the dust reaches them. And Ruby's stepmother, Scrounger number one. Again, how did she pay for a fucking taxi? Can't you take the bus, darling? But no, too good for that, are you? Okay, fine. And then, so Ruby's still in the time window room trying to work out her mother. Oh, fuck me. I can't believe we've got to talk about her mother. It's such a bad idea. Yeah, so this was really annoying, right? So the doctor rushes in to the time window. And remember it last week, they weren't allowed to move. Nobody move. You, unit officer, for some reason, you go behind the TARDIS and check out, who Sutek is. We're just going to stay here because we can't move. Why can't you move? Doesn't matter. That's just how we roll, baby.
Doctor, my mother, why can't we see her?
I can't see it because she's completely unimportant. Doesn't matter. So then he runs over to the TARDIS that appeared on the time window, and he can get into it, and it's the memory TARDIS, which is okay. That doesn't make any sense, but fine. So it's a memory TARDIS, and he gets Ruby to remember it better because Ruby is the key to everything. You know why? For no reason, right? No reason whatsoever. And he makes he takes the screen off a TV and turns it into a tablet, essentially. So she gets them to remember the TARDIS, and then they're able to go there, and then the other TARDIS shows up with Dobbin, like the renter ghost donkey. Finally, so we get some exposition, like, how did you survive, Sutek? And apparently he survived. Yeah, we get a bit of a look, we see real Doctor Who. And you know why they keep connecting it to classic Doctor Who? They're trying to legitimize shooting, right? Which I don't know. Again, people say, people say that Rusty must hate Doctor Who. I think he genuinely loves Doctor Who. And I just don't think he can understand how having a black queer Doctor Who could in any way not be the greatest thing ever, regardless of his ability to be Doctor Who, right? But anyway, so same with Star Trek Discovery. Well, Star Trek Discovery is always the most painful when it's leaning into Star Trek lore, right? Always the most painful. No, I said, so I just had a message come in. Let's see. Is there anything important? No, not there. What's this? Fine, we'll get to that soon. Fine, where am I up to? So so we get like an info dump. How did you survive? How we clearly killed you at the end of Pyramids of Mars. Says, so I wrapped myself around the TARDIS, sort of, right? And he's been wrapped around the TARDIS. Here, we'll see that.
You are infernal, mate.
So he's been wrapped around the TARDIS ever since Pyramids of Mars, right? That's a stupid plot hole right there. And is this the original TARDIS, or is this the duplicate TARDIS made by the giant hammer thing from what was it again? The Giggle, right? When he hits it with that giant comedy hammer. And there's a second one. So which one did he get in? So if this is the duplicate TARDIS, did they duplicate Sutek as well? And what about the times when the TARDIS blew up? I mean, you had that whole Matt Smith season. Again, look, I understand. Normies don't think about these things, and he's writing for the norm. But, like, for goodness sake, like just a little bit of thought would have avoided these plot holes, right? And this was a bad idea. Like have him say he lived in the time vortex, or for him moments have gone by, or something like that. It hasn't been like decades or hundreds of years, right? It just say he lived in. Why do he have to be wrapped around the TARDIS? So so wherever he went, he made a copy of Susan Twist as a for some reason or other, so that's how she appeared everywhere. And we've only seen her for the last 8 episodes. Apparently, she's been on literally every planet, right? But he only noticed now, right? Fine. So off they run into. Oh wow, that this scene is great. Off they run into the memory TARDIS, and again, this whole idea is just kind of shit. And like, how did it get made? How did it become fun? It wasn't this an image, and now it's like a 3-dimensional real thing. How did K9 get out of TARDIS before the ramp was put in? Because they didn't matter, right? We suspended disbelief. But no, we can't do anything to remove ourselves from the current world. No, it's always got to be about minorities being stunning and brave and being thoughtful to, oh, God, just stop. No, but the script sounds like Mr. TARDIS fan fiction. Even he thought it was shit, right? So they're in this, the memory TARDIS, and we have this lovely scene here where Mel sees this stuff she recognizes.
Bits and pieces of every TARDIS that ever was, held together by hopes.
I mean, that just one scene, that one look, so much more impactful than anything else we've seen. But again, all this is member berry, and they built this set without thinking they're doing the TARDIS tale, or tells of the TARDIS, right? They thought, oh, we got the set, why don't we use it, right? It's just dumb, right? Like oh, here, one second. This is lovely. I love this. Wait.
That ever was, held together by hopes and wishes and luck.
Oh, this is gorgeous. I'm sorry. That is, and she's such a professional, Bonnie Langford. Like, she's such an incredible professional that she's just able to bring it. Hey, look at that smile. It's lovely. Right? I mean, it really is lovely. There's nothing I didn't like about that. So now it gets more stupid. The Doctor has molecular rope or something that he connects things up with. To that causes a bond, like and that holds the TARDIS together, just like his glove that couldn't let go of anything. So they all trying to work out what to do, and I guess during this time, Bonnie Langford has a nap while they talk about the Pyramids of Mars from the Tales of the TARDIS. Even though I think they're wearing different costumes, I can't remember. But so Sutekh has been wrapped around the TARDIS since Pyramids of Mars. Stupid. And everywhere the TARDIS stopped, there Sutekh is now. And so he's bringing his dust of death to every point in space and time that the Doctor's been, which is basically everywhere, right? And the Doctor deals with it, of course, by being a massive pussy. Look. So he sees it, like, eating the world. And I don't really like them sitting outside the TARDIS like they do that all the time now. But whatever. And he's like, it's all my fault. Yeah, it is. You're a shit. It should have been the Doctor. Like you've had... This is the third shit Doctor in a row. Yeah, they used to say that they didn't think you could get more than 2 bad James Bond movies in a row because that will kill the franchise, right? I mean, like when you have a bad James Bond movie, they hit the hard stop, right? And they go, oh, right. The last really bad one was Die Another Day. Was that one the last Pierce Brosnan one? He really deserved another James Bond movie, but they waited a long time before they pulled it back together again, right? Brought it back together. So we've had 3 shit Doctors in a row, right? 3 shit Doctors in a row. Remember, there's not a very doctor costume. This doctor is a gay fuck bunny. Okay, that's what. Oh yeah, so he's like, this is let's see him emote for a moment. Okay, we saw Bonnie Langford emote. So the other question is, what happened to David Tennant's 14th Doctor? Did he get eaten up by the dust of death? Did he get into his TARDIS? Did it like oh, I guess I'm gonna die now? Oh, fuck off, you fuck up pussy. And there's nothing wrong with men crying. There is something wrong with having your hero constantly in fucking tears over everything. Anyway, so now they're trying to find the Doctor, and the reason they're keeping him alive is because she must know the mystery of who Susan's mother, who Ruby's mother is. How can it be? How can we not see her? Oh, she must be so important, right? So then, okay. So do you remember Rusty ever kept talking about there was a kindly woman at a planet who a bit of kindness saves everything? So, what? Ross even actually said the 14th Doctor went to bed and drowned in a whirlpool. It was very sad. What? Okay, whatever. So then they ended up on this planet, and he meets this woman, this kindly woman, and she can't remember anything because reality is being eaten away, right? She can't remember her husband, her kid, anything, and she has a spoon, which is a piece of real metal, which they really need, and it's her only thing she can remember and buy, I think, and she gives them the spoon anyway, for no apparent reason. Okay, and now they got the spoon because it's real metal, not memory metal, that they're able to, I don't know, do something. Yeah, what are they doing with this?
That's all this.
I love that, right? I love that we got, again, anytime I see Bonnie Langford in this, she is just a class act, right? Absolute class act. But love, like using the Sylvester McCoy sweater as a pillow. This is beautiful. I just wish the rest of this was as good.
Time. Still connected to the time window.
Yeah, I never understood what was all that Egyptian stuff.
Cultural appropriation.
Oh, fuck off. Cultural appropriation. Will you stop? Will you stop with this relentless hatred of our culture? Goodness sake, it's ridiculous. It's embarrassing. Right? It's God, again, this absolute denigration and hatred of British culture. Excuse me, Doctor Who is British culture. I do not get it, right? I do not. Hey, what's it? Can I find it? Wait a minute, let me have a look, see if I can find the. I got it somewhere. I just don't know where. Tales of the TARDIS. I thought I had it in this folder because again, you have a line in it where they're talking about how they were looting. They were grave robbing or some such nonsense. No, they were looting the tales. Oh, it's MKV file. They were looting the pyramids, which they weren't. Right, I just absolutely hate it. By the way, Miller's looking very, very good in this outfit. Maybe get your cardio off, darling. That will always help. Anyway, so they got a spoon and it helped them do something. I can't fucking remember. Who cares? What's with the Egyptian cultural appropriation? No, excuse me. The Osiris has visited Earth during the time of the pharaohs, and that's how they took on. And that's how the Egyptian culture took on the iconography of it, right? Oh, God, it's just so annoying. Is it true? Lee Forderman says that Eden Rabbit, is it true the new BBC Disney episode synopsis is just a picture of Swiss cheese? No, that would be appealing. Anyway, so while that's going on, Sutek starts trying to control. Wait. They realize that they can go to 2046, and she knows all about the Prime Minister. Was it Roger Aquilum? Right? She knows all about him. And she's like, well, how do you know? Because this is from a defunct timeline that didn't make any fucking sense. But he was like most dangerous prime minister ever. And there's a whole thing about DNA testing, which must have been introduced in 73 yards, right? Because putting it in now is just weird. It's just weird and stupid. And I'm sure the DNA testing was connected to race in some way or other, right? And I really think they toned it down because they saw how shittily it was going. Very, very shittily, right? When was it? Let's have a look at the ratings again. So that was 73 years episode 4, right? So I think they saw the initial ratings of the first 2 episodes. They got like a 2.6 and 2.4 overnight. They're like, fuck me, right? And then it went to 2.04, right? I bet that got edited out, right? I bet that got edited out at that point. So meanwhile, Mel's being taken over by Sutek, and they go to 2046. Oh, yeah, so they're trying to find Ruby's mother, which is somehow all tied out, and she's the key to everything. Ruby Sunday is the key to everything, and the key to Ruby Sunday's key to everything is Ruby Sunday's mysterious mother, who is the key to everything, who's the key to everything, right? So that's basically what's going on. So, but they go to 2046, which has already been destroyed because the Doctor's been there at one point. He's been everywhere, right? He's been everywhere. He gets about a bit, mate. He gets about a bit. Especially this Doctor. Bloody hell. If this Doctor, had somehow Sutek was connected to his semen, right, and he would appear wherever his semen was, it'll be everywhere, right? Would all be dead. Millie Gibson outfit looking very good, right? Looking very good over here. And so they get the information about who the who her mother is, and they're processing it, and they have to go back to Earth. Anyway, Millie, just stay there, darling. You're looking good, right? And again, for some reason, we get the mysterious snow as Mel is fighting off her being taken over. Right. Again, how's this snow happen? Doesn't matter. There is more internal consistency and logic in Harry Potter, which is what this is trying to take over from, right? So they found out who it is, and now they go back to... Oh, fine. So they go to Unit, which is where Sutek's living now. And she says, okay, I'm going to... I got all the secrets, but, you got to... I got all the secrets, but you just got to let the Doctor go. Okay, fine. Here's the thing. Ncuti Gatwa, his biggest strength is his physicality, right? Same with Sylvester McCoy. Like, his biggest strength was his physicality. I don't know why they didn't really focus on that rather than making big speeches, because he doesn't have a good voice. But he just does not have a good, strong voice. So she said, let him go, I'll give you everything. He said, no, don't do that. So she's got the laptop he made there, and it's got here's the answer to who my mother is, right? And then she drops it on the floor, and it smashes. And then she hooks on the magic rope onto his collar. And he's got... Okay, this is so dumb. He hooks on the magic rope to his collar, which makes a molecular bond, so it can't be broken. And he's holding it with his glove, which makes a molecular bond that can't be broken. But also, again, why don't they just go and kill him? Right there. But also, that also makes him super strong. He's able to drag him into the TARDIS, right? And connect it to the TARDIS. Kent, this is a bungee rope, all right? And they take back the TARDIS, and off they go through time and space, and it looks so shit, right? It looks so embarrassingly shit. Of course you feel happy with it. Okay, so how again, how is Sutek god of death? Who's wearing a convenient collar as because he's a doggy woggy, right? And they take him through the vortex, right? And he involuntarily brings his gift of death, and because he already brought his gift of death, that means it makes life, right? So he brings everything back to life again by bringing his gift of death to death, right? Dumb, stupid, and makes no bloody sense, right? And everything's okay again. Yay! Oh, look! Wait a minute! I'm alive, and I still have a dick, and I shouldn't be here for any real reason whatsoever. And everybody comes back alive again. Even that bloke, sadly, and him, sadly, so does Lenny Rush, and they're back alive again. Yeah, Anita Dobson she's very charismatic, right? So, oh God, this unit is. I mean, look at this fucking unit, right? Who would have thought the best one in is going to be Bonnie fucking Langford, right? Okay, imagine this, right? You go back in time. It's Terror of the Vervoids just is on TV, which is legitimately a shit episode of Doctor Who, and you go, you know what? Terror of the Vervoids, what, 85? 84, 85, I think 85, right? So it's 24, 34, 39 years ago, 39 years later, right? This is a picture of Unit 39 years in the future. Wait, who's the kid on the weird scooter thing? Oh yeah, no, he's as shit as he looks. And the woman in green has a penis. And the best one, the most impressive person here is going to be Mel. What, Mel? Mel, the one who we just saw doing characters. We all hated Mel. I know, and she's by far the best person there. And the doctor's being, woo, I'm the doctor, yay! I'm the bestest ever! Right? And the woman gets her kid back and their memories back. And Sutek is still being dragged through time and space. Being dragged through time and space, bringing his gift of death to death. So he brings everything alive. And I fucking hate this. Like, again, that he's connected with a leash. They connected Sutek with a leash to the TARDIS. Right? You know, he's just not good at doing dramatic. I'm sorry. Right? Not good at all. So now he brings the gift of death to Sutek by closing the door and letting him float around in the vortex. Does he burn up? Even though he's lived in the vortex for, around the TARDIS for years, now he just burns up. I mean, I'm sorry. He wasn't a very impressive villain. He wasn't a very impressive. Oh, and then he burns up. But Sutek will return, I'm sure, if they ever want to bring him back for no apparent reason. So now they come back to Earth, and they're about to find out the mystery of Ruby Sunday's mother, and it's this woman over here. Turns out she was 15 years old when she was pregnant, and she left the baby outside church. There is nothing special about her whatsoever. Why did it snow around her? No, it makes no sense. Right? What was the explanation given? That because that everything rotated around her, even that's where the energy came from, the power came from, even though there was nothing special about her whatsoever. It was just dumb. Right? It was just dumb, right? So now they've managed to find out who her mother was. All right. So they were asking, wait a minute, she was dressed like a monk with her head covered, her face covered, and she turns around and goes, pointing at the doctor, right?
She was pointing.
Oh, fuck me. Is that, yeah, so she's pointing at a signpost called Ruby Road, saying that's what her name should be. So she was naming her. That's not an excuse. Look at this. This is not what a 15-year-old looks like, right? And so that's how. And because again, I'm trying to grapple with this because it makes no sense. Because that Sutek was obsessed about finding her identity, that's where the power came from, apparently, right? So fine. So she goes and meets her mother, and it's all very soap. There's all very soapy at this point. Fine. So they meet, and everything's lovely. Yay! We meet, and now she meets her deadbeat adopted mum, the scroungers, as we like to call them. And she goes and essentially says goodbye to the doctor, right? Says, no, Ruby, now you go off and have your own adventures. Look, you were fired, darling, okay? You made me look bad, so therefore you had to go, right, darling? You made yourself look bad all by yourself, right? Right, so he starts on the sound, and he goes, whoa, and she's with her family, and off it goes. Okay, so then it wraps up. Oh yeah, so they're all happy family together. And then it wraps up with this Bizarroville tease.
With a very happy ending for little Ruby Sunday. But life goes on, doesn't it? Ruthlessly. And what happens, you might wonder? Oh, what happens to that mysterious traveler in time and space known as the Doctor?
Well, if it's this Doctor, I couldn't give two shits, right? Frankly, right? What happens? He gets epically low ratings and is awful.
I'm sorry to say his story ends in absolute terror.
Yeah, he sees the ratings.
Night, night.
Let's see if we can grab a line before she's killed with Ruby's adopted grandmother.
I most certainly do.
Right, so ask him, does she believe in God?
Then tell your maker I will come to storm down his gates of gold and seize his kingdom in my true name.
What you talking about?
And then she gets killed. What's his true name? I don't know. But really. So again, they built up this whole thing for the entire season of who is Ruby's mother? Why is there this weird magic snow that breaks all scientific laws and appears? What? Oh, something about a mother, something important. Oh, it's all important. No, nothing at all. So Russell Davis talks about this. It doesn't get any better what he talks about. I mean, it really genuinely doesn't. Fun. Listen to this stupidity.
This is kind of my reaction to. Bear with me now. Those Star Wars films. I can't remember their titles, but
nobody can remember the titles because they're shit. Okay, I remember the Force Awakens. Right, that was by far the best of the three.
The last trilogy. In the last trilogy, the second film said that Daisy Ridley was nothing special.
Yeah, look, if you're taking inspiration from The Last Jedi, I mean, did you not see how that destroyed Star Wars? That literally broke Star Wars, right? And you're taking inspiration from that? It's just nutballs, right? Absolute nutballs.
Came from, well, there was nothing special about her parentage. That she just got the Force.
Ordinary.
She was just ordinary. An ordinary person with the Force. And then the next one, they changed it all so that she was the child of the Emperor. And they made her, she was like...
Yeah, that was shit as well.
Cosmic and had godlike powers. And I really...
She had like cosmic godlike powers right from the beginning. She was the best of everything.
I really loved the version where she wasn't special, where she was ordinary. So this is my reaction to that.
I love it that you did this.
She's not the daughter of Sutek. She's not.
Yeah, it would be fine if she's just ordinary. If you hadn't built up for the entire fucking year, going, oh, it's a big one. Ooh, I mean, I'm not going to believe a fucking. I don't anyway. But whenever Russell Davis says anything, I'm like, yeah, fuck off. Fuck off.
Not the daughter of the Time Lords or Rassilon or something like that. Her mum is Louise Miller, who was 15 years old and pregnant from a dangerous home, abusive home, and left her child on the doorstep. And that's my reaction to it.
It's beautiful. And it's a way of saying that actually we're all ordinary with a bit extra, and that we can all find that within us.
Yeah, it was just... Anyway, so suffice to say, it hasn't gone down very well. I think that's a fair statement. It has not gone down very well. Let's have a look. Doink. So the ratings were, they got a bump, right? They got a 230 was it a 230 million bump. 230,000, excuse me, 230 million, blimey. Could you imagine? I'll be intrigued to see what the overnights are going to be like for, not the overnight, the 7 day for Legend of Ruby Sunday. I imagine that's actually going to fare a bit better because it had a good cliffhanger, or at least people felt it was a good cliffhanger. And I think that's probably a decent word of mouth. So I'm going to say that might go up to 3.6 maximum, right? And this one, the best they can hope for is 3.75. That's really bad. That's really, really, really bad. And no AAI figure, right? No audience appreciation index. Why is that? Why has it not been released? So the season high was 73 yards. They got 4.06. I don't think they're reaching that. I don't think they're reaching that at all. I think they're reaching. They're look. The average rating now is here. Let's do the math. Let's see what the math is for the 7 day ratings. What the average score is? Okay, it is 4.01 plus 3.91 plus 3.58 plus 4.06 plus, there it goes, there it falls off a cliff, 3.38 plus 3.52, which again I think is all the best they can hope for. Divided into how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Divided into 6. So right now their average rating is 3.74. And I see it probably staying around there for this season, right? This season's been a disaster. Look, bottom line, and every episode has been shit in one way or another. You had Space Babies, which was like an annoying, rompy thing that that you kept inserting its idiot take on politics on things like abortion and refugees. I mean, again, I'm sure when you wrote it, Russell, many moons ago, right, that the whole refugee crisis, nobody, you called everybody a racist who said we have too many refugees. Now it's a number one, not too many immigrants, right? Illegal immigrants and legal immigrants. There's too many. Now it's the number one issue in both the American and the UK elections, right? The number one issue. This is a problem with doing a show which is meant to be very contemporary, which Doctor Who is, so far out, right? They're waiting so long to, like 2 years out, it's just so incongruous. When he wrote this was before you had the Bud Light implosion, before Target went down, before all this DEI stuff came to a crashing halt. And the audience said no more, right? I mean, it's so yeah, so it's very out of date, right? It's very, very out of date. So I see it probably the overnights are going to be, I think, for next year 2.4, and it doesn't matter because they tell themselves, well, it's just what TV's like nowadays. Yeah, what can we do? But this is universally hated. Like, we have article after article after article, right? I mean, even the Independent says episode 8 review after all the hype and this finale is a big letdown. I mean, like, even they won't come. And Ken, Russell, what were you fucking thinking? Like, what were you like? How did you think this was going to go down? Right? Weird. I mean, honestly, how did you think this was going to go down? Metro also Doctor Who fans blast Ruby Sunday's reveal as being a real letdown after finale. Yes. Like, could you imagine if you got invested in this and went to the cinema to see it? I mean, you'll be like apoplectic. You'll be like, what the hell did I waste my time doing that for? Right? Bonkers make bonkers. Right? I'm so glad I have to think about this anymore, though. Oh, God, it's over. Right? I'm looking forward to talking about real Doctor. I'm looking forward to getting to Dr. Alex's season 14. Right? Guardian got another article up. Doctor Who fans share hilarious reaction to anticlimactic finale. reveal. Is that it? Yeah. Let's see what he's going to say. Phones down, your program's on. Doctor Who showrunner, writing exclusive at Doctor Who magazine, relates to pitfalls of TV viewing in the modern age. Well, look, Russell, mate, you fucked this up, okay? TV viewing. What you should have done is insisted it launches on 7 o'clock on Saturday nights, right? At UK time, and then it'll be 2 p.m. New York time, and 11 a.m. On the West Coast. That would have been fine. That would have made it work so much better. We would have had global event TV, you idiot schmucks. But Disney have no idea what they're doing, right? They have no idea what they're doing. And they're like, oh no, we only release things on Friday or Wednesdays. I'm like, well, that's your own made up fucking rule, you dumb fucks. You control Disney Plus. Release it when you fucking want to. Well, let's see what it say. This is what I like watching the new episode of Doctor Who. Saturday, May 18th. Boom. Boom night. I'm watching with my two sisters who are a perfect audience. They are guaranteed to hoot and scream and gasp. No, nobody hooted and screamed and gasped, right? Again, this season has been a fucking disaster. Well, I was doing a quick season review. Yeah, Space Babies, which was just, I found it annoying and too much commentary on your idiotic take on abortion and refugees, right? Oh, not refugees and immigration. Followed directly on the same night for no reason whatsoever, right? It should have, should have started a week earlier, and then they could have combined the last two, and that would have worked, right? By the devil's cord. And I'm sorry, I am not on board with the normalization of modern drag, which is highly sexualized, right? So I think that was a grooming episode. Boom was noticeably better, right? The Stephen Moffat is noticeably better, but still riddled with plot holes and Shooty being shit, right? You know, he's standing there singing in the middle of a minefield, standing on one leg to get Ruby to come into a minefield where the mines are invisible, and like. Just everything about that episode just doesn't really stand up to much scrutiny. And Disbrew had a take on it, which I think, I don't know if it's right or not, right? It certainly fits the facts. It was a treatise on faith. You have good faith and you had bad faith, right? It's good faith is, that you have belief in yourself. I believe I'm a lady, even with my penis, right? I believe God is a giant doggy sitting on top of the TARDIS. Your personal faith. And then you have like religious faith, which is bad, makes you not think, right? So that was boom for you. Then we went into, what was the next one? 73 yards? I think, 73 yards, which got a reason well. Now, for the first half hour, that actually seemed like it could be a good episode of Doctor Who. And then completely fell apart, right? Completely fell apart. I completely believe it's because they took out the racism subplot about Roger Apguillan doing DNA testing on all British citizens and Britain for the British or something like that, right? I am positive that was what was going on. And they cut that out because they shit themselves because these ratings are about half of what they expected. They thought their overnights would be easily over 5 million, right? And they thought the consolidated would be like 8 million. They thought they're going to get David Tennant numbers. I'm sorry. Just the sheer arrogance of this era, right? Sheer unrelating arrogance. So they had 73 yards, and then after 73 yards, which you got, is it Dot and Bubble? Yeah, Dot and Bubble. Where, again, look, 73 yards are certainly helped by the lack of Susie. That's for sure. So you have Dot and Bubble, which, again, first half hour looks like an episode of Doctor Who, right? It's you got a hero in it, Ricky Wednesday, is that his name? But then he's killed, and all the white people are evil white people everywhere. So that was episode 5. So you see, again, agenda-driven in pretty much every episode so far. Apart from 73 yards, where they took out the agenda, and it didn't make any sense anymore, right? And then you had Rogue. Oh, fuck me. the long tongue kiss of. And again, do not compare the kiss in Rogue, right? The gay kiss in Rogue to any other kiss in Doctor Who, right? People say, but what about when Amy kissed the Doctor kissed Amy? I'm like, no, Amy kissed the Doctor, and it was completely asexual. It was like, whoa, what's going on, right? And which is the right way to play it, right? Here, 1 second. Can I find that clip? Because that really is the right way to play it. Let me get that. Oh, Matt Smith was such a good Doctor. Man, Matt Smith is good in everything, right? I like Matt Smith. It must be in series 5. It was let me think. So before Time in the Celestial Stone. Was it in Vampires of Venice? Yeah, maybe it's. Maybe it's. I think it was the end of Flesh and Stone. Maybe. Oh, that was so good. Oh God, it kills me how good that was. Yeah. So wait. Yeah, this is the way to do it.
Can't ever work. No, still not getting it.
Doctor, in a word. In one very simple word, even you can understand.
Look, you're getting married in the morning.
Well, the morning's a long time away. What are we going to do about that?
Amy, listen to me. I am 907 years old. Do you understand what that means?
It's been a while.
Yeah, no. I'm 907, and look at me. I don't get older. I just change. You get older. I don't.
Right, exactly. Right, so much better than that. Right, again, that kiss in Rogue was 100% sexual. His entire motivation all the way through Rogue was getting his leg over with Jonathan Groff, right? Which you can guarantee is coming back next year, right? I bet the end of this era will be him finding Jonathan Groff, and they go off together with their hands held and the tongues in each other's mouth, right? So yeah. So then you had this episode 7, which episode 7 and 8 wasn't filled with wokeness. It was just shit. It was just building on the foundation that they made, right? And again, you can't unkiss. You can't unkiss the gay kiss, right? Here's the trouble. When you make anything queer, it's a queer doctor, a queer writer, a queer Doctor Who, queer superhero. It's just about being queer. The superhero things on the side, the Doctor Who things on the side, the right doctors on the side. It's all about being queer. That's the only thing ever about. And that's what it's going to be forever, right? So for me, this is Russell Davis' gay fanfic. It's not been a good era. Right, so let's see what he's got to say. Watching with my two sisters, guaranteed to hoot and scream and gasp. Nobody hooted and screamed and gasped. Get over yourself, you fuck. They've already watched the episode. I've already watched the episode at midnight, but why? You could watch it anytime. You have the tape, right? But call me a traditionalist. A Saturday night viewing still feels like the proper arrival for me. That's why you should have had Saturday night viewing stay the same, right? This is when it becomes official. But what do they really do these days? Text. They text during the show. It drives me mad. How can you do that? I tend to agree, actually. How can you follow it properly? How the hell can you tweet? Here's the thing. If you make something engaging enough, you don't text during it, right? Pyramids of Mars. I bet nobody was texting during that, right? You don't text during it if you make it good, right? The takeaway from this was it wasn't good enough. Bottom line, it just simply wasn't good enough. So by now, everybody who knows me knows to lay off WhatsApp during the transmission. But then, 6:50, to everyone's surprise, the BBC Continuity announcer announces the episode by saying, "But right now on BBC One, Wells, where's Harry Sullivan when you need him?" What? I beg your pardon, but that didn't come from us. That's nothing to do with Doctor Who office. And for those who might not know, the obscure reference to Genesis of the Daleks part. Not Genesis of the Daleks. Oh, was it Genesis of the Daleks? I thought it was on time ago. Part 1, it's not obscure. 49 years ago, when the Doctor stood on a landmine and his companion Harry Sullivan, played by Billy Ian Martin, saved his life. Okay, again, it completely invalidated Boom, right? It shows you a massive plot hole in Boom, right? This is something that, again, why can't he just pull out a sonic screwdriver? No, none of that. So Harry's name said out loud on BBC One after all these years. What a joy, but what a surprise. Who was it? Who did that? You've got to be a Doctor Who magazine reader. Write in and tell us. It again. I don't think it was complimentary. I think you were showing up that your era was shit, right? But that starts it. Floodgates open. Text alert. Ping, ping, ping. Goes my phone. Mostly the members of production me asking, did you do that? What? Who did that? What was that? Ping, ping. That's our faithful script editor, Scott Hancock, saying, Jennifer Dalek reference in 2024. I say, Scott, you're supposed to be watching the TV. Stop texting. Excuse me. They've all seen the episode. It's been ready. You wrote it 5 years ago at this point? It's like ridiculous. Oh my God, 7:56. Oh my God, my sister's and the Doctor. Oh my God, say my sister, the Doctor steps on a landmine for the first time since 1975. Ping. Look again. I've got to read this one. It's Verada Sethu. Okay, she can text anytime she likes. She's saying thanks for a text that I sent earlier today. My reaction to season 2, episode 7, scene 48, as a character finally faces use. I don't care. I don't care. Stop trying to build it up, Russell. I don't fucking care. Because again, you teased us. You tickled our balls all fucking season. Oh, Ruby. Oh, what could it be? Oh, nothing. Fuck off. My reactions. I just say, and look, I was miffed that Millie Gibbs was going. I think Verada Sethu being very hot helps me get over that. I was very anti-Mel for a long time because, come on, she came directly after Perry, and normally when Perry came, I came directly after that as well. What Grace rushes, but Rada's texterized Monday Flynn comes running back to the crater. I'll text you later. You're on now. She confirms watching it. I'm extremely thrilled. I never like to ask if the cast are the cast are watching an episode when it goes out live, but I'm delighted when they say they're lying to you, right? They're lying. Of course, I'm watching it, Russell. Of course. The and again, why was Verada Sethu hired when Millie Gibson was clearly fired? Because they worked with her. They saw she was good, and he had good rapport with Ncuti, and she wasn't white, right? These are all the things that went through their head, and that's how they brought her in. She's going to be a different character. They'll retcon it somehow. Nobody gives a shit, right? Exactly the same way as Freeman Adjum was cast as what's the name of the character again? Not Bill Potts. Martha. Oh God, that was painful. Now that's what I ping. Nice. My niece takes. Now that's what I call a storm, eh? There's a snow on Castrian 3, but no storm. She means in real life. I go and look out the window, and blimey, yes, my niece lives towards the east of Swansea, and I'm in the west, but the town is built around a huge bay, water salvage, a Bay of Naples thing. So I'm so fucking bored, Russell. Oh, so a house is like many miles opposite, and there across the curve of the shore, a vast vault of grey, lowering, glowering cloud, which that's a good metaphor of what's going on with Doctor Who. Smearing rain on the horizon of the houses. Amazing, but not now. Doctor Who is on. Just let me. Bing. How long ago was this? This is 4 minutes later. It's Bradley Walsh. Oh God, now you're just name dropping. He's sending me a photo of Margaret Lockwood because of last week's Doctor Who. He was delighted that she got mentioned in the Devil's Cord. Who's Margaret Lockwood? He got in touch, reminiscing about the old classic film, The Wicked Lady. Oh, that had a very hot poster. I just don't here. What's it? Can I find that poster? I just remember that poster just insanely turning me on when I was 12. The Wicked Lady. I was like, why is she wicked? I don't know. Where was it? 1983? Is this the poster? Yeah, I don't know why I found this the height of eroticism, but I did, right? Weirdly enough, I did. One sec. A new tab. Where's the poster? Hang on. Copy image address. No, not save image as. No, I didn't want to do that. Copy image address. There you go. Doink. So I don't know why this turned me on so much, but boy did it. I don't know. What year was this? It was 85. Maybe I've got a bit of a Serverland thing going on with it. Anyway, and telling me ex-Arsenal and English goalkeeper David Seaman. Really, his name is Seaman. Really. That's what we're going for in the end. See, okay, that's where it is. Once lived in the house of Margaret was co-star James Mason. The short-lived text you get from Brad. I love him, and now he's telling me The Wicked Lady is available on Sky 117. Well, the truth is, I'm a bit sad because he's not watching Doctor Who, except I can hardly remonstrate with Bradley Walsh. I think it's that's illegal in TV land, but okay. Loving Who, Great Abby says, oh, he is watching. Oh, please. They're lying to you, Russell, to make you feel better. Oh, God, that smug smile. Man, you were fucked up more than you ever fucked up in your whole life before. All right? I'm so ridiculously so he goes and he's so happy. He says he's loving the orchestra. How did you get Moffat back to as a scribe? Like a proper fan, and then we're off, and you can and you can't not text Brad. So we have a chat. My mate and former Doctor Who script editor Lindsay Alford wrote this week's Casualty starring Brad's son Barney. Oh God! And Brad sends me a photo of his margarita, and in no time at all, the episodes unfold without me. My sisters are sobbing at the happy ending. No, they're not. No one's sobbing. If they are, you drugged them, right? And the doctor's writing his diary, writing his diary in drums. Whatever. And the doctor stands in the gate with a target and quotes Philip Larkin. And there's an almighty crack, bang on cue. The rain begins to fall, and my sisters have missed its approach because they didn't see the warning text out of everyone. They ignored their phones and stayed to the screen. Yeah, don't pretend that's normal. You expected, Russell, this era to be just taken to the hearts of everybody. Go, oh, yes, it's the bestest ever. Oh, we can't wait. No. And now the gasping feels of lightning streaks across the sky and thunder shudders the coast. More interesting than your fucking episode. A snowflake, says my sister. No, it's not the storm, but that's on TV floating out of our VSX landscape. The episode ends with a storm descending upon West Swansea. My phone gets a ping. My phone goes ping, ping, ping as it credits roll. Now, boom, now exists in the world. And the world was fine without it. My sisters are hooting and screeching at the two Australian jugglers on Britain's Got Talent, whose gimmick is to strip off as they juggle, and television rolls on and on. Well, my name's Tzvi Lebetkin, the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring that little bell. Ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop.